The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios and sponsored by international award-winning author Mia Mosinzia of Missing. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on over 40 podcast platforms, as well as hamiltonradio.net, Diamonds FM, and themikewagnershow.com. We can be heard in over 100 countries, featuring over 1,000 well-known and amazing guests throughout the globe. And named one of the top 100 global podcasts in the New York Weekly Times, Hollywood Entertainment News, Los Angeles Weekly Times, Apple, and Chartable. So sit back and relax and enjoy another great episode of the award-winning Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios and brought to you by our official sponsor, the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Mosinzia Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We're here with a wonderful duo that's also part of a wonderful country group out of Harpers Ferry, West Virginia, and these guys formed in the summer of 21, and it's based out of Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. We'll talk more about that, and we have two wonderful people from a group that's making waves on Spotify, YouTube, and also Pandora, Reverb Nation, and all the platforms out there. We have a vocalist. We also got a keyboardist, and how they get together. And it's basically All I Want to Say. We'll be featuring a number of the hits out there, including Used to Drink Whiskey. We'll play at the end of the interview. And what's make Mission Road so special? We'll find out just 1 minute. Live, ladies and gentlemen, plus dudes in beautiful downtown Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. The amazing duo, which is also formed by 3 other members as well, too, forming Mission Road. Ladies and gentlemen, Elliottsimon and Christinaalexander, 2 wonderfully multi-talented musicians from Mission Road. Guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and thanks for joining us today.
What a wonderful introduction.
That was amazing. Thank you.
I gotta say you're amazing as well, too. Of course, you know, we talked before, you've got a live audience, and I'm sure they think you're amazing as well, too. One just wants to come up, and if anybody wants from a live audience to jump in, feel free to do so as well, too. So you guys formed in the summer of 21 based out of Harpers Ferry, West Virginia, and we have Elliottsimon here, your keyboardist for the group, and also Christinaalexander, you're the vocalist, and also joined in the Mission Road as well, too. Other musicians, Chris Thompson on steel guitar, Paulie Coconuts on bass, and also Frank Perez, the drummer and percussionist as well, too. You got a new release called I Want to Say. You featured the title track, I Love You, War and Everything Else, Dear Lonely Hearts, Goodbye My Love, Giving Me Through Emotions. We'll be playing one of the tracks as well, too. And before getting all that, guys, tell us how you first got started.
You want to do it?
Well, it's kind of a funny story. I just moved to West Virginia about 5 years ago. And a couple of years after living here, I had bumped into Elliot at a little local hole-in-the-wall bar.
But we did.
Wait a minute, I'm getting there.
We need to back up a little bit, though, because we were first introduced.
So 7 years ago, we were introduced in church. A mutual friend of ours had came up and said, "Hey, Christina, there's this guy Elliot. He plays the keyboard." And I
playing in the church band,
and I got to see him play in the church band, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." And our mutual friend went to Elliot and said, "Hey, Christina might be looking for a band to join."
That's right.
So nothing ever came out of that. You know, the pandemic happened.
It was one of those. Thank you very much, and I must have filed it away in some drawer in the back of my mind.
Yeah, we just kind of both really kind of sort of ignored the whole idea of each other. And then years went by, the pandemic happened, and then we ran into each other at a little hole in the wall.
Up on the mountain.
Yeah.
Here, along Chestnut Hill Road on Harpers Ferry. Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, aren't you the girl from church?" And I was like, "Yeah." So we had a little chit chat, caught up a little bit, and then I finished eating my dinner alone, and I went to go get in my car to go home, and here Elliot comes running like a lunatic.
You could actually run. I don't know if I could run that fast in the mountains.
Like, what is this creep doing? Why are you like following me out to my car? So he was like, Christina, wait a minute. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, can I get your number? And I'm like, oh boy.
Well, right.
So yeah. So I gave him my number, and I was thinking, I'm never going to hear from this guy again, because
and I took it down wrong.
Unfortunately, there are musicians that are kind of flaky. And so I just thought I was never going to hear from him again. A few months went by. I hadn't heard from him. So I'm thinking, see, I knew he wasn't going to call me. Well, then we run into each other again at the same little hole in the wall a few months later. And he comes up to me. He's like, hey, is this your phone number? And he shows me a little book that he wrote it in. And I'm like, no, the numbers are transposed. So I gave him the correct phone number. And a week or so later, he gives me a call. Hey, you want to like jam?
Well, I left you a voicemail and you didn't respond. So then I called you again. You answered the phone. Come on over. She came over to the rehearsal studio. I started playing the keyboard. She started singing. Magic started happening. And the rest, as they say, is history.
Oh, that's so
to make
amazing.
A long story short.
So that's how it all got started.
That is so amazing. You've got a mission ahead of you as well, too. And of course, you've been playing the keyboards for a while, especially in church. And tell us how you first got started in your music career.
Well, I started playing accordion at 8 years old. My dad wanted me to learn music, and he wouldn't let me play Little League. So I had to learn the music. But I grew up in a music family. My mother was a singer. She was performing on stage even after I was starting to form inside of her. And so I guess you could say I've been on stage since before I was born.
So are you saying you ruined her career?
I did. My dad had something to do with it too.
Oh, okay.
And my dad was a songwriter, and he had a little bit of success. So I kind of grew up in the music business, so it was a wonderful childhood to have. I've been playing in bands since I was preteen.
Oh wow, okay. And what was that one precise moment that simply influenced you into what you're doing for the rest of your career? So what was that moment that simply said, "This is it"?
Oh my goodness,
that's a great question.
Oh geez. You know what? I've never, well, it was playing on stage for the first time when I was 9 years old. I was in a school. I was in an accordion orchestra with 18 other kids.
Wow.
And the music that we were making was, it was just great. I loved playing the accordion, but my dad got tired of lugging it around for me. He says, you're 8, 9 years old. This thing's getting too heavy. You're going to have to learn piano. But,
or make you carry the accordion.
Yeah, that's right. But it was playing in an orchestra with a bunch of other musicians that from that moment on, I was hooked. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Can you imagine 18 accordions in an orchestra and the kids are 8 to 10 years old?
I didn't even know they had such a thing.
Oh, why not? I mean, Lawrence Welk could pull that off. That's why I think of. And of course, speaking of that, who are some of your favorite artists, singers, songwriters, and musicians growing up, Elliot?
Growing up, I liked the singer-songwriters, but so I used to listen to Bob Dylan, and I used to listen to Judy Collins, and I used to listen to Gordon Lightfoot. But then as I started getting older, I started listening to Tammy Wynette and Merle Haggard and started getting hooked on country music. So folk music and country music aren't really that far apart musically. It's somebody strumming or plucking on a guitar or a banjo or playing a keyboard instrument. I play guitar as well, and there's a couple of tunes on the album where I'm finger picking the guitar.
Oh,
But
nice.
yeah, so those were my influences, and then of course Willie Nelson and Johnny Cash. I got to say, Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson are probably my two favorite artists of all time.
Oh yeah, those are the best out there. Outlaw country, my personal faves as well. It's amazing. So, and
Yeah.
Christina, you've been a vocalist for quite some time, and you played in the church as well too. You're singing. Tell us more about how you first got started.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't sing in the church, but I started out as, like being 3, 4 years old, walking around the house singing miscellaneous songs. And I got my influence as a very little girl because my grandfather was a professional organist, and he had an album out. And so my father would play my grandfather's record over and over and over.
Oh my gosh.
My father played piano. So my father would be downstairs playing piano. And so just all of the, these different sounds going on in my head. And so I would pretend like I was a little singer, and I would go grab my little radio that had a cassette player in it and put some tape on the little squares of the cassette, and I would record myself singing like Miss Lucy Had a Steamboat. And that's kind of how I got started. I just really enjoyed it. I could spend hours singing nonsense.
You still can.
And so when I got a little bit older, I started learning how to play different woodwind instruments, and then got into chorus. So I really enjoyed all of that.
That is so amazing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We love picking on each other. She picks on me on stage all the time.
Oh, that's my job, to pick on him.
Well, that's a good thing. You got to keep it going too. So it's like, they say the more they drink, the great you sound as well too. Is just like, hey, buy drinks from everything else.
We were playing darts the other day, and I said, boy, the more I drink, the better I get at throwing darts.
There you go. Hit someone else's bullseye. Yeah. Or just imagine. And what was that one precise moment that it simply influenced you? What you're doing for the rest of your career, Christina? What was it one moment that simply said, this is it?
So I was probably 13 or 14 years old, and my brother took me to this little restaurant bar kind of scene, which I probably should not have been in, but there was no like age, you didn't have to be 18 or 21 to get in there. And they had karaoke. And so I had never really sang solo in front of anybody. My brother's like, you should go do something karaoke. And I'm like, you're crazy. But anyway, I did. I got up and I sang Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You.
Mm-hmm.
And the place is no longer there, but it used to be called the Clubhouse in Gaithersburg, Maryland. And I went in, and they called me up, and I sang I Will Always Love You. And to my surprise, I had people standing up and clapping for me.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, what? Like my anxiety and my heart was racing, and the feeling of being on stage, even if it was just for karaoke, it felt amazing. So after that point, I knew that I wanted to really be a singer.
Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. Who are some other favorite singers, songwriters, and musicians growing up?
My favorite singer is probably Patsy Cline.
Mm-hmm.
She influenced me. My father played her greatest albums, or her greatest album, over and over growing up.
Oh my gosh, I love that one. Yeah, Babes in Arms, crazy. And I think there was also, was it Walking After the Midnight? It's like, our folks had that album. I think they went through like 2, 3, 4 copies. They just wore the crap out.
Yeah. Yeah. My dad would be driving our convertible Cadillac, and he'd have Patsy Cline blaring. And I listened to a lot of Tammy Wynette and Loretta Lynn and the Beach Boys. My father would, skip between classic country to like, 50s and 60s music. So I fell in love with the Beach Boys and Elvis Presley and, all of the great vocalists of that era. I didn't really get into songwriters until I started working with Elliott, actually.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, because I just didn't. Yeah, okay, they wrote the song, but they're not the ones who made it famous. I always went by the vocalist, not who actually created the song. And now I'm starting to see that I was wrong. The songwriter has a huge part of the success of that song. So,
And you certainly do have a huge influence. We'll talk about some of the music, like Going Through the Motions, Used to Drink Whiskey, and I Love You One, and everything else, Dear Lonely Hearts, and more with Elliottsimon and Alexander of Mission Road. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. It's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and those you love be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews. An evil love and enjoys by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassie, Forrest Riley, and Eminem. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, check out The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com and our 40 podcast platforms. Heard in 100 countries, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, also Apple Music, Odyssey, Podbean, Pandora. Also, tune in as well, too. And follow us on BitChute and subscribe. BitChute, Rumble, YouTube. Also, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, and more. Take us with you on any mobile device. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. T-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies. Makes great gifts 24/7. Go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also, T-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, phone cases, and more. Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. Check it out today and support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and the mikewagnershow.com. You're here with the amazing, multi-talented Elliottsimon and Christinaalexander of Mission Road here on the Mike Wagner Show. And before we talk about your latest release, All I Want to Say, which we'll be including Used to Drink Whiskey at the end of the audio interview. You also did Going Through the Motions and also Dear Lonely Hearts and more, Goodbye My Love. And tell us more about some of the songs and what inspired you to write them.
Well, there's 13 tracks on the album, and 10 of them were written by me. Dear Lonely Hearts was written by my dad, and that was originally recorded by Nat King Cole.
I remember that classic, yes.
Thank you. So that's actually, I followed my dad's footsteps in terms of writing. The first release from the album is the title track, All I Want to Say. And that's just about, a guy being shy and not knowing how to say what he needs to say. And, your mind gets in the way. And so that's actually why I love to write, because you can sit down, you can write a song, you can think about what you want to say, and you can put it to music, and it makes it more meaningful, So I actually look at a song as being a literary form, because the music is relatively simple, although there are some really nice complex chord progressions and stuff that you can do. But really, it's a very simple thing. It's trying to say what's in your heart and bypass your brain and put it to music.
Just say it. Just say it.
Exactly.
Just say it. I like that one. He also had If I Made It, Still Remember You, Desert Song, and more. I'm Holding On, Goodbye My Love, and tell us more about those as well. And feel free to talk about any song as well.
Well, all of those songs, Goodbye My Love is, and
there are several breakup songs on the album. And specifically the song If I Make It resonates with me the most. I didn't write it, but I couldn't have written that song any better if I was the one that wrote it. And that's about, like, after all of the breakup, like, making it through day by day. And, like, if I can make it through, I'm gonna be all right. Mm-hmm. So I think that he has the album is just so full of feeling and emotion, and everybody can relate to the process of dating somebody and not knowing how to say I love you, to when sadly the intimacy is over and you know that you're just going through the motions of their relationship. You know that you need to end that relationship, but you're just not quite ready yet. Then everybody knows what it's like to say goodbye to somebody they love, like, bye, my love, and then how to get through it. So it's kind of like a whole story from beginning to ending of a relationship on that album.
Yeah, I could tell you some of the stories about each one of those songs, but I don't want to bore your audience.
No. Go
but,
right ahead. I love these.
but-
It's better than saying it's not you, it's me. It's much better than that.
Yeah, well, thank you. Well, I think it's even more interesting with the covers that we chose, because 11 originals,
Mhm.
including my dad's, the two covers that we chose,
Actually, it's kind of technically 3.
well, technically, well, anyway, the track number 12 is Loretta's mashup.
Mhm.
It's what we called it, but it's really, we put together two songs. One is Coal Miner's Daughter, because my mom was a coal miner's daughter.
Mhm.
And the other one, the other song that we mashed together into that track was Blue Kentucky Girl,
How do you
which
like that?
is
So it's a nice little mashup. So we called it Loretta's mashup.
which is your mom's favorite song.
Yeah.
So we covered, it was a tribute to both of our mothers with that mashup. And then Dear Lonely Hearts was written by my dad. So that was our tribute to my late father. And then the last one, Crazy, we do
Mhm.
Crazy, the Patsy Cline classic, which was written by Willie Nelson. That song is her dad's favorite.
That's actually why I wanted to start singing, was because I wanted to, I decided to take my music to a, more of a career, just so that I could learn how to sing Crazy for my father and record it for him and give it to him as a Christmas present.
Nice.
And of course, it took me like 15 years to be able to pull that song off, but he finally got it for Christmas last year.
Well, you're still a youngster, and both of your parents, thank God, are still around. I'm a bit older, a little further down the line, and both of my parents are gone. But I really think that both of them would like this album.
Oh, yeah.
And I know your parents are really proud of. Well, it took us a year to do this album.
So you're in the studio.
Wow.
So all I want to say is about not being able to, like, your mind is getting in the way of your heart, and then going through the motions is about, a relationship that has kind of like completely run out of inspiration and run out of gas and is running on fumes. And there's even a little dramatic break in the middle of the song that we kind of came up with spontaneously in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
It took us a year to make this album, and in the studio we recorded it in a garage in Martinsburg, West Virginia. But the engineer is very talented, and he had a really first-rate studio in his
garage.
Yeah, it was a converted garage. And he does the guy. His name is Joe House, and he there's a local casino here in Charlestown, and when the famous people like a Merle Haggard or a Dwight Yoakam come to town, or Martina McBride, he does the sound for them. So he was great. And we were able to get our creative juices going in his studio.
Mm-hmm.
So we spent as much time as we needed to get the work done. So, after going through the motions, you had Used to Drink Whiskey. Indirectly, Used to Drink Whiskey is why we're here on your program, because there was a gentleman who heard that song. We had posted it on Facebook, and it got over 10,000 views on Facebook. And yeah, we were surprised too. And Eric Diamond discovered the song by scrolling through Facebook, and he said, "Dagnabbit, I had to track you down and find you, and who wrote that song." And then he introduced us to a great guy who we've been working with, who's been working to get us out to the public. His name is Caden Gordon, and he's he's a wonderful guy. And so, I mean, just one thing after another. I mean, one lucky thing. I can't help but think there's some kind of gentle hands that have been
Absolutely.
that got us together, that have put us together with the right people, and brought us to wonderful programs like yours and Lily. You're getting in the
Oh, I
right.
see we have a special guest here, by the way. Let's talk more about your special guest, and who is it?
That's Lily. That's
Oh, hi,
Christina's
Lily.
house.
Hi, how are you?
She's got to be in every interview.
Oh, I think she's trying to see what's going on here. So I think she'd make a great spokesperson. Okay, we'll see you, Lily. So, and more on the album. And more on the album, all I want to say with Elliottsimon and Christinaalexander of Mission Road. And what else is coming up about that? We'll find out just 1 minute. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios, and brought to you by official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson's They're Missing. We'll be back with you, melted town of Elliottsimon and Christinaalexander of Mission Road after this time out.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Ray Powers, and boy, are you in luck. Right place, right time. Tuned in to The Mike Wagner Show. You heard me.
We're back at the multi-talented Elliottsimon and Christinaalexander Mission Road here on the Mike Wagner Show. And before continue on with All I Want to Say, and we'd be playing Used to Drink Whiskey at the end of the audio interview, I think I see another special guest that's come up. This is from the live studio audience. And we didn't get to go out there and pick them.
That's my dog.
This is another one that's got to be involved.
Yeah.
Oh, who is this?
That's Luna. That's my dog.
Hi, Luna. Hi. What breed is Luna?
She's part Chihuahua and part I have no idea.
Part I have no idea. I like that breed. Luna.
She's Chihuahua. She's a Chihuahua.
Oh, a Wawa. Yeah, do a little Wawa. Can you speak, Luna? Can you speak?
She snorts. I don't know about speaking. She sounds like a little piggy most of the time.
Are we boring her or something? She's yawning a little bit, or is she hungry or thirsty? It's like she must be wanting attention, might want a treat or something like that. So
I'm like her mattress. Whenever I pick her up, she wants to go to sleep in my arms.
And I have cats at home, and all of them are bigger than her.
Oh my gosh.
But they all get along.
Yeah, they do. They all love each other. All of the animals love each other.
Mm-hmm. Right. And certainly do as well, too. And is there anything else you want to add about All I Want to Say, like any other music and, what you want listeners to get out of it? What else do you want to say about the album?
Well, like I said, it took us a year to get it done. There's All I Want to, gosh.
Spit it out, Simon.
I know. Just say it. Right. Going Through the Motions, when it was released, wound up to being the second most downloaded song on the independent chart that it was on. And then Used to Drink Whiskey now is it's being featured in Australia.
Nice.
On a chart there, it went into the top 10 in terms of requested songs. So we're really excited, about the reactions to the music, because you never know how your music's going to be received, and so far it's been received pretty well, and we've been nominated for 7 categories.
8.
Wow,
Oh,
amazing.
At the
ISSA.
ISSA Awards coming up in August, and
so I want to say about the album is that everybody that listens to music, everybody that's living and breathing, we all have emotions and we all have feelings. We've all lived through these traumatic times in our life where you lose somebody that you love for whatever the reason is, because these songs can be interpreted in different ways, which is one of the reasons I love these songs so much. Whereas one person might think it's a song to their boyfriend, another might look at it like, a lost brother or something like that. They can just be interpreted. So people, when they listen to the album, they're going to know that they're not alone. That these songs are going to provoke them to feel something. And that's one of the things I love about Elliott's craftsmanship when he's writing, is that he touches parts of your life that you don't really know that can be touched. He puts things in a way that is like, oh, that's so clever. That explains exactly how, I was feeling. So,
well, there's one song in the album called "I'm Holding On," and it's a kind of a country rock kind of song, and you would think by listening to it, it's about somebody being picked up in a bar, but it's really about a coming to Jesus moment. So
interesting.
Yeah, so I like I like it when people it depends upon how you approach the music, what you're going to get out of it.
See, and I take that song as, oh, I was lonely and my man was ignoring me. And it wasn't until I was really drunk that he realized that he needed to come and save me from the situation I was putting myself in. So again, I was saying, Elliott's songs can be, visualized and touch everybody in just a little bit of a different way. It's so clever how he wrote these songs like that.
Probably my favorite song on the album is one we haven't even talked about, and that's the single that's going to come out in the next few weeks, and it's called "I Love Your Way," and it's a duet. It's a nice love song, I think, and not that there aren't enough love songs in the world, but Paul McCartney is songs. The world is filled with silly love songs. Well, what's wrong with that? So.
But to our credit, or Elliott's credit, our songs do not sound like anybody else's. When you turn on country radio now, you listen to 5 songs in a row, they all sound the same. They all have the same melody. They all
or look the same, dress the same, act the same, be the same. I know how that goes.
Yeah,
we are very different. From our beat to the instrumentation that was used on the album. We have pedal steel, we have lap steel, we have accordion, we have different types of, I played different types of percussion on the album.
I had to get my accordion in there, right? From 8 years old, my first instrument.
We have nylon string guitar, electric guitar, so many different instruments is going on. The fiddle, it's amazing. We don't sound like anybody else.
And of course you got 3 great people in there too. Chris Thompson on steel guitars, Paulie Coconuts on bass, and Frank Perez on the drums as well.
Absolutely.
We just rehearsed with Paulie tonight.
Yeah.
We were going over some new material. We're already thinking about what we're going to do for the next album.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's interesting. And how'd you guys meet up with the 3?
You've known Paulie a long time, right?
They were all my friends.
Yeah.
Paul, I met him before Ellie and I started working together. Even though I'm a country girl, I was a rock and roll singer, or trying to be a rock singer. And he happened to be the bass player of that band. And Paulie and I hit it off, and he's always been such a nice, funny guy. So when Ellie and I started working together, I asked Paulie if he would like to, come in and join it with us. So he accepted, and he's like, I've never really played country music. I don't know if I can, but he's doing a great job.
Well, I'll tell you, Christina is the person that makes things happen when it comes to stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like to lock myself up in my cave and write songs, right? And work on the arrangements and work on the music and all that kind of stuff. She's the people person, and she's the one.
Am I?
Yeah, you're the personality of the band for sure.
See, she snorted.
She's probably giving you a sign of approval. I could tell you that. So.
And Frank Perez, he was I met him also years ago, 5-6 years ago at least, at an open mic. He was the sit-in drummer, and I met him and his wife, and they were such great people, good player. He was a good player. So when we needed a drummer, I was like, hey, let me hit Frank up. And Chris Thompson, he was also a buddy of mine that I just kind of got a hold of. I'm like, hey, you might want to come play steel with us on the album. And he was like, yeah, I'd love to. And what was exciting for Chris is that he has never had the opportunity to record his lap steel or pedal steel or slide guitar.
Oh, wow.
On an album. So it was a huge opportunity for him, and it just all worked out.
Because he's done a lot of playing in the Northern Virginia area, and he's pretty well known among the musicians. Because we're, where we are in West Virginia, you got Maryland to the left, you got Virginia to the right. It's really and it's really a wonderful, vibrant music scene. I used to play clubs in New York City. Mm-hmm. And that scene dried up completely, and I'm just so glad to be out here now, because the music scene in West Virginia is really vibrant. There's some really great talented people out here, and it's a very stimulating environment.
Mm-hmm. And certainly is as well too. In the meantime, where can we find all your music at, including All I Want to Say? Where can we find your music at?
We have a website that's in the process of being built. But all of our music is available on our Reverb Nation page. So if you go to Reverb Nation, you can search by Mission Road 3.
And all the platforms. We've
hold on a second. I'm so sorry.
Okay, well, we lost connection here with Elliottsimon and Christinaalexander of Mission Road here on the Mike Wagner Show, and we'll be joining him very soon as well, too. And by the way, you listen to the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by SonicWeb Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all you need. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. SonicWeb Studios is the answer. SonicWeb Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. It's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. And now we're back with Mission Road, Elliottsimon and Christinaalexander. And once again, where can we find your music at?
All the platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon,
Facebook,
Deezer,
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. We're distributed everywhere. So, and if you send us an email at missionroadduo@gmail.com, we'll arrange to get a physical CD out to you.
And we'll even autograph it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that'd be great. We'll certainly do that as well, too, with here Elliottsimon and Christinaalexander of Mission Road here on the Mike Wagner Show. And just a couple more things. What else are we expecting, guys, in 2024 and beyond?
We are looking to go back into the studio and put out another new single that's not on our first album.
And we're also looking to organize a tour to go out and promote the album. So we've been talking to some people that I think could make that happen. And in 2024 through 2025, we're looking to go out on the road as a band and play our original music. That's what we want to do.
All right. We're certainly forward to checking that out, and make sure you come out there very soon. And who do you consider biggest influences in your careers?
You, Patsy Cline?
Patsy Cline, Tammy Wynette, and Loretta Lynn.
And I would say Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson. Really, because they're country artists, but they transcend the genre, and just some of the greatest songs ever recorded were by those guys. So
I like those big vocalists. So, I got a lot of inspiration from Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey and Martina McBride, but also Aretha Franklin. I like that big soulful sound. So if you listen to If I Make It, like
that's your favorite song.
That's my favorite song. Somebody said, you might be a country singer, but you have a lot of soul, girl. So I like those big, huge, powerful vocalists. And that's how I like to sing. So.
You got it, kid. Yeah, you've got that power, but you've also got the dynamics. So I'm
Thank you.
So happy to be working with you.
And I'm happy to be able to sing your amazingly written songs.
You guys do really well, too. And what's the best advice you guys can give to anybody at this point?
Me first.
Best advice. Well, get right
in
with
general.
Yourself. Yeah, get right with yourself, but especially get right with God.
Amen.
And everything else will proceed from there. And, if you're right with God, then you have a chance of getting right with your life.
And Christina?
My advice is don't ever give up on whatever it is that you want to do. If you can see it, you can become it. We all know, like, even from a little girl, like, or a little boy, you can feel that you want to become something. And that is your purpose. God gave you that purpose. And it doesn't matter if somebody tells you that you suck. It doesn't matter if somebody tells you you're never going to make it. It doesn't matter if nobody believes in you. You have to believe in yourself enough to pursue it. And it's going to be hard, and you're going to stumble and you're going to fall, but you have to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep going. Fail a million times before you get it right the first time. And then fail a million more times. Keep going. And I lived through that journey. I was picked on. I was told I couldn't sing a tune in a bucket. I had 0 supporters for most of my life, but I had that urge, and I knew I wanted to be a singer. And so when I set my mind to it, and I had a good teacher, Elliott's also my mentor, things started happening. So just keep going. Just keep going.
Right. That's right.
And very important as well, too. Once again, we're with Elliottsimon and Christinaalexander, Mission Road, here on the Mike Wagner Show. Guys, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Love to have you back. And once again, what's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or check out your music?
They can stream it from Apple Music or Spotify. They can purchase it from Amazon. They can contact us directly.
iTunes. Yeah.
iTunes.
Right. Yep. All of that.
They can stream it on every major platform, including, iHeartradio, Deezer, Spotify.
Yep.
Anywhere and everywhere. They can just type in Mission Road and in their browser, and they will find us.
Yes.
All right. We'll certainly check that out. You're going to say something else, Elliott?
Also, please go like us on Facebook. That's at Mission Road Duo on Facebook.
And we're on Instagram. Yeah. We're on TikTok. We're on Twitter. Or it's not Twitter anymore. It's X.
Yeah, X.
I keep calling it Twitter.
I know. I call it Twitter myself. I never call it X, but of course, that's for a different time as well. Once again, guys, very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Looking forward to having you again soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. We'd love to have you back. We wish our best. And guys, you definitely have a great future ahead of you.
Thank you.
You have a great show. Thank you.
postcard. Drop me a line. You'll be pleased to know I'm doing fine. There ain't nothing happening. There ain't nothing new. I'm sure that it's all the same to you.
And I used to drink whiskey, but now I watch TV. I need a change of scenery. One rots the liver, the other rots the brain. You know that it's all the same to me. And I had a lover, I loved him through and through, but he left me standing in the rain. Then I had another, he loved me through and through, but one day I couldn't go home again. And I used to drink whiskey, but now I watch TV. I need a change of scenery. One rots the liver, the other rots the brain. You know that it's all the same to me.
So drop by to see me when you're passing through. Old times are fun to reminisce.
Break out a bottle of 1982. Talk of how we tried and somehow missed. And I used to drink whiskey, but now I watch TV. I need a change of scenery. One rots the liver, the other rots the brain. You know that it's all the same. You know that it's all the same. You know that it's all the same to me.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention The Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley and I'm an American actress and a TV host, and I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written, it's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show. Brought to you by international award-winning author Mia Mosin-Zia of Missing. And powered by Sonic Web Studios. Be sure to join us again on over 40 podcast platforms. And of course on the mikewagnershow.com, hamiltonradio.net, and Diamonds FM. Don't forget to support our program with a generous donation at themikewagnershow.com. Thanks for listening.